Well, it is a winter wonderland, and a lot of the country, by the way, is covered in snow. We're not here, but Ken Wingard is here to tell us how we can, really with the winter season here, how we can help our feathered friends and feed them. I remember as a kid making birdhouses one after a failure. I just couldn't get it right, but I cared about the birds. I mean, so they need little homes. And
yeah, it's nice.
Bellies.
It's like there's the nice part of this project, which is you're feeding wildlife, keeping them fed. It gives the kids, they can look out the windows. It makes. Then there's the nice part. You notice it's all men out here. That the women can send their husbands and kids out to the yard to do this project while they get like Christmas ready.
Well, I said, Jeff, put on your best suit and come out and help us build some bird food, and that's what he did.
This is my bird feeding suit.
Well, CJ's got a heart of gold anyway, so I know he's going to be good at doing this. The inspiration behind it was really that.
We used to make these as kids. It's a very simple project, and it's you can do it with stuff you already have at the house, or one trip to the grocery store. So very simple.
As I said, a lot of the country's under a blanket of snow or freezing right now. Is this for cold weather, for warm weather?
So the deal with feeding birds, and this is summer and winter, you don't really want to feed birds on a regular basis somewhere where they can find their own food. So if you're in the South, if you're in Southern California where there's plenty of bugs out, don't feed the birds on a regular basis. You can put them out every now and then, but you don't want them to become dependent upon it on a food source. If you live in a place that's covered in snow, help the birds out, but be consistent about it. So that they know that they can go there. And
you don't want to give the bird a fish, you want to teach the bird to fish.
Very good.
Nice.
Isn't that what I did?
Slightly wrong.
But is there a danger of getting birds hooked on your supply, and then all of a sudden you're Tippi Hedren and the birds, and your house is covered in ravens?
If you go around with lard and birdseed spread all over you, yes.
Okay.
What do we need?
That sounds like my
rough weekend.
That sounds like Saturday night.
What do we need for this?
So what you need is birdseed, and you can get any kind of mix. You can get it at your pet aisle of your grocery store. And then you need lard, suet or lard. Now, I got this, which is pork lard. It's $2 a block from the grocery store. It's in the shortening aisle. But you can also use your beef from home when you're cutting off your fat, save it, and then just render it, which is just heat it up to liquefy it and just pour it through a filter to get rid of the meat chunks. So you can really use what you already have at home instead of throwing it out.
Why don't you show CJ how to get started, because we're in suits. So
right. We're obviously dressed to work.
Not that nice anyways.
First thing you want to do is melt your lard, and what I used was our handy outdoor microwave, which I like to keep in the front yard for. It makes it so much easier.
Oh yes, it does.
You really have a microwave
in the front yard.
Wow.
And this one of those blocks.
You must have really good neighbors.
Makes popcorn. It takes about a minute or so to melt that.
Melt it.
Yeah. Just pop the block in, put it in the microwave for a minute on high, and then you're going to add an equal amount of birdseed.
Yeah. So just CJ, you do, because I
want to get one of those spoons.
The dry cleaning on this suit alone is amazing.
How much
do I splatter it that way? You want to do about equal amounts birdseed, but just keep pouring and I'll stir.
Equal amount birdseed as lard. That's in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
a little bit more? And what you're going to do is perfect. And as it cools, it's going to sort of, actually, give me a little bit more there. Give me a little bit more.
I got you.
Got me. You got me.
That looks like really good birdseed.
This is good birdseed.
You can put that in a bowl.
I think I sat at a pub once and snacked on that. That looks good. Little peanut shells in there.
Yeah, and what the lard is going to do, it's going to hold our birdseed so the birds can get to it. All you're going to do is do a piece of wax paper on a cookie tray and birdseed.
And that's it.
When you're done snacking, grab a spoon, and all you're going to do is spoon this.
All I got was an apple earlier.
I know, poor guy. This is all vegetarian except for the lard.
The lard. The wrong show today.
The lard kind of throws you off.
All right, so it goes into these shapes, and then does it have to be refrigerated? Does it
what
just
you're going to do,
harden?
it's going to start to settle up. Pass me that dowel there.
This one?
And as it starts to set up, you're just going to get a dowel or a pencil, and you're just going to put a little hole in there so that you can actually put your ribbon through. So
to hang it from.
To hang it. You can just leave this out. It'll automatically set up, or if we're at 65 degrees outside, put it in the freezer.
Okay.
And I don't have a magic stove out here. I'm going to work on wheeling the magic microwave.
You roll out all your appliances.
And what you're going to get is this. The suet's going to turn a dark color, and then all you're going to do is
just plop it out.
Plop it out.
Look at that.
So,
See, you take a bite.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
it's completely edible, actually. Gross, yet edible.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Lard and seeds.
Well, these will you need how many of these? I mean, assume it was your tippy hedron, you'd probably go through this in a day. But
It really depends upon the
they'll
number
last,
of
right?
Yeah, they'll last. And you don't want to do this where it's warm outside also because the heat will melt these. But any place where it's freezing or cold, tie a little ribbon, put it outside your picture window, and
Now, a bird can just sit on top of these on a branch next to it and just start pecking
they'll
away?
like sit on top of the branch, they'll peck away. Smaller birds will actually perch on it, and they'll do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if the bird actually perches on it, will it fall?
Hopefully, depends on the weight of the bird and the consistency of your suet, young man.
Follow Ken on his on his Twinterest.
On my Twinterest, we've created a new social media.
Perfect. I can't believe we have a microwave in our front yard. At Kenneth Wingard, and the instructions we're going to put on our Pinterest page.
Woody, I need a stove out here. Full stove in the fridge, Woody.
We are going to go see Tanya when we come back. Tanya?
Yes, I'm going to show you how to keep your kids occupied this holiday season while you're on the road traveling. Coming up next.